This right here is the most commonly used formation in the pro scene right now. Yes, the 5 back meta is here to stay. Last year, the 3 and the 5 at the back formations were banned from competitive play, but this year they are unbanned, which means you will see a lot of pros playing 5 at the back formations, especially the 5-2-1-2 formation. In the current speed boost meta, the 5 at the back formations are really overpowered, as you have 3 center backs and it is really hard to beat them with a speed boost, as there is not enough space between the 3 defenders. Add to that the right back and the left back, and then your 2 CMs dropping back, and even the cam helping out in defense. It is a total nightmare to score against this formation. Your opponent needs to make a silly mistake, otherwise you are not going to score against this formation. I will of course share the most commonly used tactics on the 5-2-1-2 and also tell you the 5 at the back formation which I am using nowadays. And no, it is not the 5-2-1-2, and I will explain why I am not using the 5-2-1-2 but this other 5 at the back formation. And yes, the code will be shared during the video. The formation I am currently running is a 5-2-3 formation, and I know many pro players who are actually using the 5-2-3 as well. In the 5-2-3, we have wingers who help more in attack compared to a 5-4-1 formation. So if you have someone like Graham Hansen or even like say Mbappe, and I know you might not have the budget for Mbappe or Hansen, but there are many good players who can play winger but not in striker, and you can get more out of these players in a formation like a 5-2-3. So for that very reason, we will keep our top player in the wings as inside forward. In my case, that is Graham Hansen. I'll use her as an inside forward. The other winger will be a wide playmaker. And also remember that this year you have to play players on their positions. I feel it is really important, which is why I personally choose the 5-2-3 as my players suit this formation better compared to a 5-2-1-2. Our striker in this formation is going to be advanced forward, focus set to attack. One of our CM is going to be a box to box. I have tried both box to box, but then there is too much space on the counter attacks. And the other one is going to be a deep lying playmaker. You want someone with the long ball pass plus, someone like Petri. One of your fullbacks is going to be a balanced fullback. You can use both of them on wingback, but again, like if you will see, when we put both of them on wingback, they push forward and your team is going to attack in more like a 3-4-3, which can leave some spaces in behind during the counter attack. For that very reason, I am using one of my fullbacks as a balanced fullback. The other one is going to be set to wing back. Our CBs in this formation are going to be default, as well as our goalkeeper. The build-up style in this formation is going to be short passing. I have tried the other two as well, but short passing really suits this formation. Why? Because we have the sole striker, and if someone knows how to press, it can be really hard getting out of that press. When you put short passing, you have small passing options in between players, so you can make those short passes and get out of the press. And when you're transitioning from midfield to attack, there are more opportunities to play first time passes, especially if you have players, especially if you have CMs who can play the ball first time with the tiki-taka play style. Your wingers are also more evident during the build-up in this formation. If I were to put it on balance, then I feel they sometimes go too far away from the midfield. We have to lessen the gap between our attack and midfield, especially in this formation. Otherwise, you'll be punished on the counter. Defensive approach for this formation is going to be 62. This is the code over here. As you can see, you can pause and copy this code. Now, if you're watching this video after a few days, the code might have had changed, because if I decide to change the formation, the code changes. In that case, just copy the instructions. This is the most overpowered formation in all of EAFC 25, and you'll see it a lot in the pro scene, like I've been telling you. Why? Because there is very less separation between the midfield and attack. You have a cam who's connecting your midfield with your attack, and then you have the wing back supporting you down the wings, so you can play out wide, can play from the center, and when you are without the ball, the team will shift back to a 5-2-1-2 formation and defend in a 5 at the back formation. Also, another thing that I have to clear, because I've seen some people get confused, guys, with ball just shows you how your team is going to play with the ball when you set certain roles. Without ball just means that they will play in the default formation. In this case, it is 5-2-1-2. There is no different tactic for without ball or with ball like some people think, okay? This is just demonstration. So one of our wing backs is going to be balanced wing back. The other one is going to be balanced as well. Otherwise, there is going to be a lot of space on the counter attack, even though it is a 5 at the back. Full back, balanced. Our CMs, same as the other formation, one deep lying, one box to box. This is what I feel is the best. Our cam in this formation, I like to keep them on balanced playmaker, because if you put them shadow striker, then they lack defensive support, and sometimes you have to have that cam in between your CMs during the defensive phase. One of our striker is going to be advanced forward complete. The other striker you can have on poacher, focus set to attack, or advanced forward, focus set to attack. This is for the tactics. The build up style balanced is also good, as there is a cam in this formation, but short passing is also really viable. So I would suggest you experiment with both and then stick to what suits you. Defensive approach is going to be 62, as that is the sweet spot. This is the code for this 5-2-1-2. All right, go ahead, use this formation. You will not be disappointed. This doesn't mean that 4 at the back formations are bad. The most commonly used 4 at the back formation in the pro scene is the 4-4-2. Most players are playing the 5 back formations, but the ones who are playing 4 at the back are preferring the 4-4-2 formation. So go ahead, if you want to play the 4-4-2, try it out. I'll make another video on the 4-4-2. Now check this video out here to learn how pros score so easily on FC25.